Good morning. This is a quick video to demonstrate the new vise that I built, and I'm going to try to square up a block of cast iron. I've already took a few thousandths off of one side. Now that side is against the front jaw of the vise, so I'm actually, this cut is probably a little more. I'm using just a shear bit, so I'm taking off a little bit too much right now, so, but that's okay. It'll be fine, I think. I did as good a job as I could with the face mill in the milling machine, but it's far from perfect. When I measured it, I just can't get it perfect, so I'm going to see if the shaper can do a better job. I tried let me turn the viewer around here so I can see what I'm doing. I tried this vise, which I also built, and this vise works good, but I did have a problem with the work riding up on the back side. So when the vise is tightened down, the work seems to ride up no matter what I do. I've got a lockdown screw here, which should help, but even so, no matter what, the work rides up. So if I tried putting the right angle plate, which is precision ground, in there, and that doesn't ride up. So I'm not quite sure how to deal with it. I've tried some different things, but nothing seems to work. So I thought, in that case, I'd try this vise, and this vise seems to work better. I put it on parallels for the first cut, and it did ride up. So now I'm going to make another cut, put this one against the front jaw of the vise, and see if, when I put the parallels under this side that I've already made a cut on, to see if it rides up or not. The smallest, I don't know what I did with it now, but the smallest feeler gauge I have is laying around here somewhere, is 1.5 thousandths. That's the smallest feeler gauge I have. Maybe this is it right here. No, guess not. I'll have to dig around and see what I did with it. Seemed like I lost it here somewhere. Well, I thought it was in here. Anyway, that said, I'm going to proceed to make a few cuts here, finish off this cut. It's going to take me a while, so maybe I'll fast forward through this, and we'll see where we're at when we get this done, and we can flip it over in the vise and just see how much clearance we have. So I'm going to continue on, and let me zoom in on the cut a little bit. I think I can. I'm sort of there. Oh, there we go. And we're taking off too much for a shear cut, but actually it should be about half this much, I think. But it is taking it off. So the shaper seems to be working pretty good. I don't seem to be having any major problems with it right now. I got the engraving done on the back side. So on the top of the ram, I got that engraving done earlier in the week. So that part's done. I think since this is all shop built, so I'm gonna also engrave a plaque to go on it somewhere with the builder's name, which is me, and a date on it or something. And for posterity, I guess. Somebody will end up with it someday, I guess, besides me. Anyway, so Okay, we're almost done with the cut here. It dug in at one point. I'm just taking too much off. I knew that that was the case, so I wasn't surprised, although it seemed to be going along pretty good. So I got one little dig mark in it there, but that'll be all right. That won't make any difference. Testing it. So okay, there we go. So we got through it. I got one little dig there that I just forced my way through, so that's all right. Big thing. So by the way, this block, once for some reason the side that was milled, which is the opposite of this one, I checked it with the feeler gauge before I started cutting, and it was sitting down tight against the table. So at least I couldn't get a 1.5 thousandth feeler gauge under it. So hopefully everything stayed there when it dug in. You can see, these cuts aren't bad. I have a pretty decent face mill now. I demonstrated it in another video. It was from banggood.com. It was I think it's a 2-inch face mill. So we'll see. I'm going to clean these edges up a little bit with a file. Maybe I got one right here. This edge is already looks pretty good there. So now I'm going to I got to move the vise back, and that's unfortunate that I've got to take these end screws out. If you watch the other video I did, you'll know why. But just a slight inconvenience. So, see how far I got to move it back here. Somewhere thereabouts, huh? I'll move this over to this side. Or maybe move it over here, I guess. Okay, sort of got a bite on it. I guess you can't see in the video that what I'm doing here. I need to zoom out a little bit, I suppose. I'm just resetting up the vise for the wider cut. There we go. So now let's see. I've got this side I've made a cut on. You can still see some mill marks in it, but it did cut it. This side has been cut. So I've got some parallels here I'm going to stick under it. And I'm going to put the last side I cut against the front jaw of the vise. And what I want to happen is I want the parallels to be tight under there. If they're not, then this test is already a failure. parallels are a little short. Okay, the front parallel is tight. The back parallel is almost tight, but not a cigar. So, better than it was last time, but I don't know. I don't know what I did with my feeler gauge. I had it here. Somehow I've lost it. Well, here it is, right here. No? Yeah, here it is, 1,500. I'm pretty sure I can't get that in there. No, there's no way I can get this feeler gauge in there, but still, you know, that parallel shouldn't be loose. So I have a piece of welding rod I could try in there, see if that helps the situation or not. But personally, I don't think I should need that. I think this thing should go down tight. So maybe it's almost tight. I will say that this vise is working much better than the other vise. Let's touch off here. Probably got a ways to go down here. He's all hitting on the back side right here. So that means that I know this isn't riding up much. Here's hitting in the center. So I'm just going to take a few thousandths off because I know it's pretty close and I don't want to dig in like I did last time. There we go. This is kind of a long reach. It was one problem when I built the base for this shaper. I didn't put the T-slots back far enough, and the vise is as far back as I can mount it, unless I mount it in the other direction, which I could do actually. Now it's just, I'm not taking off much, but that's about what you should take off on a finished cut probably anyway. So I'm probably taking off 3 or 4 thousandths there. I will say this vise is working a lot better. This is, I don't know what I'm going to do with this other vise exactly. I'll zoom in a little bit on that. The other vise is good for holding small objects, but I can't have it, you know, riding up. I got to figure out some way to alleviate that problem. Maybe the front and back jaws need to be, they look like they're perfectly parallel. If I check them with a feeler gauge, like I say, I only have 1.5 thousandths feeler gauge. I'd have to see if I got something smaller around here. I can take them out, check them on the granite block with a DTI and see. Maybe that's what's causing me problems. Maybe the jaw faces aren't perpendicular to the base. The top and bottom of the vise were both scraped in, so they are parallel. but I didn't do any scraping on the faces of the jaws. So I'll probably fast forward through this. It'll take a few minutes to get through this, so. Okay, we're almost through here with this cut. This has gone very smooth the whole way, so, and it looks like the cut is equal. So obviously the two sides are probably, the downside and the upside are probably pretty close to parallel to each other already. So whatever little bit they were out, let's hope that some of that is resolved based on this cut. We've got the back parallel. The block is down tight, if you'll remember. So we can at least take a reading with the micrometer across that end and see what it is. So, but that made a nice cut across there, and so I'm happy with that. That's okay. Oh, there we go. Let me knock this off with a file. Make sure there's always some little burr on one side, but that was it actually. Well, okay, so this is the downside here, and this is the side we just cut, and this is the side that, so we've got three sides cut at this point. So let's just see how accurate the shaper is, actually. So there we go. So we're at, looks like 245. $245. Right on the money. Beautiful. Beautiful. So that means the other side, this side, when I didn't clean up all the way, so I don't know what's going to happen there. It was pretty close though. I just let it be because, you know, well, that's $244, maybe 244 and a half. Oh, not bad actually. This thing should be pretty square, but you can't. It's if you put a machinist square on it, it's perfect. But you know better than that, right? Not perfect. Well, anyway, I'll call it quits on this video. This is working out okay. The machine seems to be from end to end. Actually, it seems to be cutting, making a precision cut all the way. You know, the machine versus the bed of the machine versus the the base. So it's all been scraped in, but I never figured it was perfect. So there we go. Also, this video will be a demonstration a little bit. I'm going to try to edit the video, which I never do or never have done before, but I'm going to try to edit the video a little bit and fast forward through a few parts and you know, just see what I can do to make it a little bit shorter, you know, so forth and so on. Okay, I'll call off now, and we'll get this edited and posted and see how it comes out. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.